Hi, I'm Amber Scott and welcome to Mountain Nittany Creations and this fun painting project that we're going to create today. We are going to use gouache paints from Castle Arts that I got for Christmas, and I've already sketched out the picture, and here's the reference. It's a photo from Unsplash, so it was free for me to use, and that was my inspiration for today. So now I'm going to go over the colors that I used for the gouache paint. This is an ice cube tray, and it's a great way. It comes with a lid, and the bottoms are like squishy, and you can push out the dry paint. So I have a Van Dark brown that I have, and also using lamp black. We have phthalo blue and phthalo green. I'm excited to use Castle Art paints. This is my first time using them. I've been wanting to use their products and try them out. We have Chinese white. And I've been wanting to do more gouache painting. I did have a set from Five Below, which was a great to just get my feet wet, but I really wanted to get into gouache painting and try it out more. So here we are. This is Yellow Ochre Deep. I really love that color. And one of the things that drew me to this photo was the cup. And then this is Vermilion, which is like a reddish orange. And I chose to paint on black paper since I really wanted the candles to pop, and I didn't want to have to add that extra layer prior and then wait for it to dry and then start the painting. So I went with black paper so I could just have a go. So that's why I sketched the picture in white. So now I'm mixing, trying to get an off-white color for my candles. I didn't want them, they're not pure white in the picture, and I wanted them to be an off-white so that the light behind them and stuff could pop a little bit more. So here we go, painting our candles. And I'm trying to kind of paint in the shape of the cylinder to give it a little more. I am going up and down too, but as you see, when I go horizontally, I add in that curve, trying to kind of follow where the candle would be, hoping that will give it a little more shape, not as flat. Now I'm doing some of the white highlights, so I'm going light to dark, which is a good method when you are painting with gouache. And I wouldn't mix gouache with other things except for maybe watercolors, so I usually keep my gouache paints, and I have separate paintbrushes for gouache and for oil, and then I use the same for watercolor and acrylic. But I have a different water cup and everything for my gouache, and then obviously I don't use water with my oils. So I find it easier to separate the brushes out for those different things. I just keep going back for that off-white color and how to mix some more up. So I had enough for my candles. And obviously I don't paint this fast, this is sped up. If you would like to paint along with me and would like a tracer of this image and the link to the image that inspired me, I'd be happy to do that. Comment below tracer or image, and I will send you those links. And if you're enjoying what you're enjoying seeing me paint, and would like to paint more with me more often, make sure you like and subscribe so you get notices of future videos. And I also go live every Monday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I would love for you to join us. Yeah, so this year I'll be doing a bunch of paintings of flowers of the month. I have a new product that I'm so excited, a snail mail. And each month I will be mailing out a new art piece to my subscribers for the flower of the month, talking about the language of flowers and the meaning behind each flower of the month. And it should be a lot of fun. And if you subscribe, I'll have also special videos just for my subscribers of me painting that flower of the month's mailing. So only 10 spots open for February, so make sure you like and subscribe or sign up, and I will put the link in the video description. So now we're painting the cup. This was my favorite part of the whole picture, was this cup. I love, dropped my paintbrush, oops. I just love the yellow ochre color, and I loved the little flowers that it was on it, and I love hot drinks and tea. So this was just a fun, and I love to read. So I thought this was a great winter still life that I got to paint. It was a prompt off of a group I'm in called Art Collab Family, and I'm in a gouache group, and once a month they give us a prompt and we paint and share with each other and on Instagram. If you want to go check that out, look for Art Collab Family. So now I'm adding in some blackish and brown and the yellow ochre for the inside of the mug, and then the shadows on the outside of the mug, just trying to create some shadows there, just like they are in the picture and the reference. And I will link the reference also in the bottom of my video. And then trying to carry that ochre color all over the painting to bring uniformity to the painting. Now taking some of that ochre, and instead of muting it, I'm going full out with the color, because it reminded me of the gold that was in the base of the pillar candle. Once again, just spreading that color through the painting, trying to add it to the flames of the candles and the light that they reflect. Still trying to stay in the lighter shades of color and build. I have water and paper up there, up top of the screen that you can't see. I clean my brush. So now I'm just doing a wash, a little bit of that color, because even though the picture is black, there was some, light reflection from the candle and stuff. So I'm trying to do a wash of that off-white color to create the effect of the candle shining on the wall. And now I wanted to create the table a little. So I start with the lighter brown and then I'll add in dark as we go along, because that brown was just too light for the table. Too bright. And so it's hard to see, but I am doing like a wash of that brownish black. So in this, it's hard to see, but it comes up more when you look at it in person. So drinking some tea. You hear my mug. So now I'm trying to decide where to go next. Decided to go with that orange, the vermilion for the book. I didn't want to do it the full brightness. I wanted to make it look a little antique and old. So that's why I went with adding black to it to give it some, make it look a little older, hopefully. Please excuse my raspy voice as our family's getting over colds. Now I'm just, so you see the book through the glasses, but I was debating on how to approach this, how to make it look like glass, but also see what's behind it. So I was trying to come up with a plan, and here we go, watching me add in different colors, trying to get that glass feel. But seeing what's behind it. And adding some of this brown into the table that I just made for the book. Or I guess the vermilion, adding it around in different places, so everything can tie back to each other. And I made this spoon like the brownish orange color as well. I really liked the Castle Art paints. They went on really nice and smoothly. Had great vibrant color. Now I'm adding in my tea. It was not intentional that my sweater matched my painting, but that's what happened. Figured I'd make this a little brighter because it's not supposed to be antiqued. That's the tea tag. Adding some brown to the wall to try and tie that in a little with the shadow. All right, now making the glasses a gold-rimmed glasses. I still didn't like the glass, like how it looked. So here I am adding in some white, like off-white, to try and make them look more like glasses versus just kind of shapes. So trying to give it a shine. Gave up on trying to see through them because I felt like that wasn't working. So that was why I went this direction. Now we're gonna just draw in the flowers because I pretty much couldn't see them anymore once I painted over them. So I was just looking at the reference and making it up as I go because it doesn't have to be the reference. It can just, so I decided to just go with what I wanted. Same colors, I really loved the coloring, but then I just started painting flowers however I wanted versus. So it's similar to the reference, but not exactly, because I just went with my own. I did it that vermilion color, as you can see, and now I'm adding in some brown for some light, like for the stems, and I think I go over them with green. Yep, adding in leaves. I was really happy with how this cup turned out. It was a mug. Like, oh, I wish I had that mug. That's how much I liked it. So then I decided I was going to try and outline things with paint, and it just wasn't working. Wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. Like adding in the book pages with that off-white again, trying to give it an old look. Adding some of the reflection of the light onto the candles. Now this is where I try to outline with the black and just wasn't having it. So I'm making this a little darker in the mug. Yeah, gave up on trying to go around that flower. It just wasn't doing the thing I wanted it to do, which is fine. Sometimes you just go with what happens, right? So I did add in a bunch of black, and then trying to give the contrasts and everything. And here's the T tag. And going back and adding some highlights because I gave up on the painting with the black. I didn't totally like what I did with the pillar candle, but oh well. Adding in some more bright white to make it pop a little more in various places. So now I'm going to try, it's a fine Sharpie. I'm writing T on my tag. And then I start trying to outline everything. And it just wasn't quite doing what I wanted it to do, quite coming up as well as I hoped it would. So I did stick with it for a bit, but I will switch here shortly. So I'm just trying to make everything kind of pop a little better, but I think the gouache was a little too much for my Sharpie because I eventually give up. I did like the thin line, but I was having trouble seeing it appear. There I am, giving up, and I moved to a paint marker. So this is acrylic paint, so I feel like this is an okay combination. of these two types of, because you're not really combining them. The gouache is dry, and I'm just kind of going over top of it to give it a little more pop. So define it a little more. Actually, I think this is an oil-based paint marker I'm using, but it should be fine for what I'm using it for. Everything's dry. Makes me want to just be there. Nice cozy winter with some candles and a book and some tea. Add in some lines to the table. So I thought of it as a wooden table. Yeah. And there you have it, friends. There's our cozy winter gouache painting. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned. Mondays I go live. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can see those, and watch for more painting and jewelry and crafting videos. Thanks for joining me. Next time will be a flower painting. We will be doing a violet. Hope you can come join me. See you then. Bye.